Welcome to HouseOfSparky.com. I'm Miles Todd. Alongside me, the one and the only, the professor, Kalen Jones. Arizona State just dropped their fourth straight game, this time to the Utah Utes. The final score is 49-26. And, well, it wasn't that bad of a game, but they lost, so obviously something went wrong. Kalen, what happened this week?
Well, I mean, when you look at what ASU wasn't able to do defensively, which was continue explosive plays, when you look at what Utah was able to do offensively, they weren't able to run the football. Going into this contest, Utah had an average of 63% they were running on first down. In this game, I believe in their first 14 first downs, they rushed the ball only 3 times and were passing the football. So Todd Graham and Arizona State's defense did a great job of doing what they wanted to do, which was force Utah to pass the football. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, obviously you saw the big shot plays going deep. Todd Graham talked about during the postgame, they played a lot of cover 4, but unfortunately the secondary gave up too many plays behind the secondary. There's a lot of miscommunication. When you look at the offensive end, the offensive line, obviously you're tinkering with that and replacing so many different players. Zach Robertson and Damari Richard obviously had a lot of miscommunication tonight. Stephen Miller playing in place of Stephon McCray. There's a lot of holes, at least between the offensive line and the secondary. I think those are the 2 culprits for when you talk about the loss tonight, Bob.
Besides that fourth quarter, Utah and Arizona State were really going at it. Arizona State seems to stay in the game a little bit. Big games from N'Keal Harry and Kalen Jones despite the loss. What did you see from them tonight? Well,
I mean, N'Keal Harry is a grown man. I mean, when you talk about what he was able to do, 12 targets tonight, 8 receptions for over 100 yards, the 46-yard pass, which was an absolute dime, and then the 31-yard rush. I think they did a great job of force-feeding him and really, taking advantage of his, playmaking ability. When you talk about the skill set that N'Keal Harry brings, he was dominating against 2 of the better cornerbacks in the entire country. When you talk about Dominique Hatfield, Marcus Williams also in that secondary, so he did a great job as far as, not necessarily having a coming out party, but he did a great job when he was allotted the opportunities. Kaelen Jones obviously had a great night, but I'm a little bit disappointed, Miles. And, Chip Lindsey, Todd Graham talked about afterwards, he's very happy with what Chip has been able to do. And, I tout him as being an offensive genius. He is, but I was shocked that he kind of went away from the hot hand in Balaj during the second quarter. Obviously, Damari Richard sat out the first. Balaj not really getting the reps in the second that he was getting in the first. I think that they should have kept force-feeding him the ball and allowing him, because he's a better playmaker in space, I think it would have given ASU's offense a more dynamic chance of winning this game. So I'm definitely happy to see that he was able to exceed 100 yards receiving, and he was able to get 15 carries tonight, which is what you want to see in your playmakers. But I'm a little bit disappointed that the fact that they went away from him when they did.
Again, big plays were given up. N'Keal Harry, he's a grown man. Kalen Jones had a good start, not the best finish. Arizona State has 2 games left. Number 4 Washington next week, and then the Territorial Cup. From HouseOfSparky.com, I'm Miles Todd. He's the professor, Kalen Jones. Thanks for joining us.